Hello, everybody, and welcome to Live and Raw podcast. This will be podcast number 8, and it's number 2 in our episodes with Deborah Stellingwerff. And so we're super excited to have her back because she's actually going to dig in deep into my saboteur profile and kind of give us some feedback and walk us through some things that I can do in my own personal world to navigate the saboteur and get them out of my life. Right. And the reason why we want to share this with you guys, and the part that makes me so excited about this is what is happening to more and more business owners all the time. And I don't know if it's just because of technology that we're starting to be more aware of it, or if it's just something that's always been there. I don't know. But the question is now is we have these saboteurs, they're in our lives. How do we get to the next level of success in our personal lives, in our business lives, and still be able to make things work with these saboteurs at bay? So Deborah, welcome and thank you for coming back. I so appreciate this. This is going to be a lot of fun today.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me back. It's really exciting to talk about this because you're right. This is something that is coming up more and more for people, and it's not, and it always has been. We all have saboteurs. We all have self-sabotaging thoughts and behaviors, but we understand them in a way now that we never did before. And that's because we've had such advances in the last 25, 30 years in neuroscience and our ability to map what's going on in our brain and understand what's happening and how our brains actually work. I mean, we barely scratched the surface of what's available to know about the human brain, but we do know so much more. And so we're able to take that knowledge and leverage it to our advantage. And I'm a positive intelligence mental fitness coach, among other things. And one of the things that I do as with my clients, I'm a personal leadership and business leadership coach as well. And key to our success is understanding how our brains work and understanding what our internal dialogue is so that we can flip the script and change that internal dialogue in a way that's going to help us to create more positive results, create lasting change, create happiness and success. And so in the positive intelligence model, we refer to those parts of our brain that sabotage us as our saboteurs and our judge. And it's just the language we use. I mean, it's one way of framing it. Mm-hmm. And it's the way of all of the research and study I've done, my background as an educator and as a coach. I really love this model because it's really easy for people to grasp and integrate into their lives. We see it and I see it everywhere. Since I got this training, I see it everywhere. In everything I read, in any personal development or personal growth book, no matter what the topic, I see this stuff at work. We just put some language around it to make it easier for people to grasp. And so when we talk about saboteurs and having saboteurs, you said we all have them. And one thing I want to make clear, and we talked about this last episode too, is that we call them our saboteurs because they get in the way of us having the results we want. But when we look at the root cause of those saboteurs, they're really just how our brains have decided this is how we can be safe. And our brain's job, the goal of our brain is not to make us successful. It's to keep us safe.
That's right.
We are wired for threat. We're going to avoid anything that seems like a threat. And we're going to look for those dangers. We're going to find them. And so our saboteurs are really our survival brain kicking in to protect us from the danger that usually it's making up about the reality, about the situation. It's not real danger, but we'll find danger because we're wired for threat.
Right. Cool. That's super exciting. And I so resonate with all that because, my addictive and alcoholic brain, I dug into some books. Psycho-Cybernetics was probably, I think, the first one I read to help me understand how my brain works. And then I got into some of Joe Dispenza's books, Evolve Your Brain. And that one really opened my eyes around neuroplasticity. And I got really excited about, being able to, because, I thought because I have this alcoholic brain, I'm stuck with it, right? But what I'm realizing is I can evolve. I can grow beyond and start repurposing those neurons in my brain for other things, for better pathways. which is
Mhm.
really cool. So why don't we jump in? Why don't we walk me through
I will. And I
my
want to
craziness?
comment, I just want to comment on what you said though, is like, that's why we do the work we do. I mean, Wes and I got excited about coaching, or both coaches, because we've experienced in our lives that we can change our brains. We want everybody else to have the wonderful experience it is when you can actually shift your brain. And so your brain is plastic, right? It's not literally, but plastic, right? The neuroplasticity, you can change it. And so that's wherein lies the hope of the work that we do with the positive intelligence mental fitness. And so, yeah, let's dive right in to looking at your assessment. If you give me permission to share my screen.
Yeah, go ahead.
And Wes, we're going to have to take a quick pause because my nose is going to drip and I need to get a tissue. So we're going to cut this part out.
I'll cut it out. I'll cut it out.
Yeah, thank you. Otherwise